Hi, welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. I'm still waiting. So now I've decided to have a cup of coffee and give in to the wait. But I did want to say a very big thank you for those of you who are continuing to help us to get subscribers. We're still a little short, not very much, but the gap is closing to the point where we feel that we can afford to pay out of our own money, out of our what we earn on YouTube, to rehouse a poor family. So that's our goal, 200,000. You can help us by sharing our videos. Any that show what we do. We make modest houses to rehouse families with children, especially children, who will never be able to get a house if we don't do that. Now, it doesn't always work out, but we've only ever had one real disappointment as far as the houses go, and that was for Tag, who is the crippled boy that had, I guess, an undiagnosed malady, disease. Nobody's really quite sure. I mean, I guess it would be muscular dystrophy would be the nearest that I could think. So MS. I should have gone for the MS first before I struggled with dystrophy. We built him a very nice house, and we designed it so that as a disabled person in a wheelchair, which was also donated to him, we decided that we would make it so that he could get out of his bed into the wheelchair, and then he would be able to get all around the house, out to the specially designed dirty kitchen, which he would be able to cook from without getting out of his wheelchair. And it's high in the mountains. He does have support from his sister and I think either a brother or a cousin who come there often and make sure that he's okay. And we support him for basic groceries. Okay, well, we had a big disappointment with that because we found out that now that Tag has had to move. So that lovely house that we built, it's a little bit like our guest house, not as big, he doesn't need to have that. But smaller though it may be, it was a really nice house with a covered in area that he was able to enjoy the scenery. He lived high in the mountains, so he had beautiful scenery, much like we do here. The owner has decided that they're going to use that land for another purpose. Yeah. So Tag has had to be moved by his father out to another place in the mountains, and that place is like the tumble down place that we moved him out of in the first place. So bitter disappointment there. But anyway, that's the way that it is, isn't it? Now, people who are looking at our videos, we are not able to solicit for funds right now, but all of that is in hand, and we hope to be able to announce the change right there very soon. Meantime, we show our work, what we do. We are funding everything ourselves right now, and thankfully, thank God that we are able to do that. And so we have been able to not let down people that were depending on us before our trouble, and stop the stop that was put on the work that we do. Now, ironically, there are many expats any channels who are now doing similar stuff to what we did 2 years ago, and they're not being stopped. Now, this is not a complaint where I'm saying we were stopped so they should be stopped. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm really thankful, I'm in admiration for all of those who are doing good work. And there are, I'm only guessing now, but I think that there could be as many as 8 or 10 expat channels who have now gone into helping and giving back to the community and to the country that has given them, well, has given them a life like we have. Obviously nobody's given anybody anything. We all work, as what would surprise you in terms of hours that we put in. But now they're paying back. These guys are all paying back, or paying it forward, as the Americans like to say. So I want to thank those of you who have been subscribing, even though we haven't got our comments enabled yet. We're working on that. It's difficult because they don't apparently seem to have, YouTube doesn't seem to have a process that you can go through where you can have your comments reviewed once they've been disabled. Okay, so whether that's where the glitch is, I don't know, but they don't have an easy route that you can take. We've actually spoken live to some of the YouTube people and said, help us, and they haven't been very helpful. They haven't been obstructive, but they just don't seem to know what to do other than to tell you we're working on it. Well, I have to be a bit jaded on this, and if you think that artificial intelligence that they're talking about now has been in our lives for years, they've got programs that are actually worked. They are controlled by artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence, as we've been told, can process billions of pieces of data at the same time. Couldn't we just put one little request in those billions of pieces of data that says, please let's have our comments back, and we will review them ourselves? So that would be the way that we would be going. The comments come in, they're not showed until we have looked at them and declared that they're safe for the average feel-good viewer. That's our channel, a feel-good channel, and I think we started that. Before that, everybody seemed to have gone along with the idea that people who have nothing more to do than to just make vicious comments should be allowed a platform. I never went along with that. We tried that for a little while, thinking, well, let's be reasonable, you know, other people have their own opinion. Well, yeah, that's true. So you got a nasty opinion, take it somewhere else. That became our policy. So thanks to the good guys, those of you who have taken us now to 190,000 and I think 300 plus. We are so grateful for that. We continue to pledge our support for our community, and we are approved for our non-profit, non-stock, non-profit charity, and we are licensed to do charitable works now. Let's hope that the emerging wave of people who are helping for nothing more than the joy of helping, which was what we always helped for, let's hope that they won't be stopped. Let's hope that this will continue to be a feel-good wave of help coming to those who really need it. You know, in all the time that we were stopped doing certain things, it wasn't us that suffered. For those of you who take joy, take pleasure in stopping people in the name of the law, and oh yeah, and in the name of what's right and how wrong, you didn't stop us from growing. From that time, 18 months ago, we've added a lot more than 150,000 subscribers, and we are continuing to grow, and we will make 200,000. Our goal, please God and you, is to make it by Christmas so that we can rehouse at least one poor family and tell you about it. And we'll do that on our own money. So thanks for listening to me. As I say, I'm still waiting. Okay, patience is something that I've learned big time since I came to the Philippines. Time has a different quality about it here. Thanks a lot. Bye.